Well, would you look at that? It's another sunny day in Bara Town. Who do we have here standing at the market stall? Oh, I know who it is. Some of us were born to fish, and some of us were born to fight. I wonder which one he thinks he is. The fisher or the fighter? We'll find out later. In the meantime, welcome back to Bara Town. This is Foundation, and I am Lord Bara. Okay, let's just get straight into this. I am going to start filling in the gaps in the town centre. Now, let me show you where the town centre is. This is the King's Road, and then we go in through where we've got undesirable neighbourhood. It's a couple of houses mixed in, but that is the perimeter of the town centre. Now, you can split this town centre up into 3 distinct sections. So here, so here, get my pencil, there we go. And we have District 1, 2 and 3. 3 being the industrial district, 2 being just production buildings, and 1 being the actual main town square. Now, there aren't that many shops in this area, so I'm going to there aren't that many market stalls, so I'm going to need to add some of those in, and I'm also going to need to start really filling in and densifying the whole area. Now, I've said a few times before, I absolutely hated where the granary was, but I realized that this is the perfect location for the granary. It's right in the center of the town, which will be perfect for dropping off and moving things around. It will make the transporter's job easier and more efficient. What I'm going to do also is frame out the industrial area with some manor house. So if I'm bringing some manor house parts over here and then kind of almost separate it from those few houses, but it'll create another kind of a square here, with the manor house on one side and then also industrial buildings on the other side. I want to move some other things around as well, but it's not a complicated design, but it really makes it feel more believable. Right, so I don't like where the builder's workshop is. That's getting moved from over this side, and it's going to go next to the manor house. That frees up the outside corner, so I can put a new building there. That sawmill is also going to move, and I'm going to take the opportunity to place an additional sawmill down as well. I've got some excess timber. Goodbye sawmill, and now we have a completely open end. Let's trace out what I want the actual shape to look like, something like that. Now I just need to fill it with some nice buildings. What shall I use? What do I need? Now, I've been thinking about this for a while now, because I don't really like the blacksmith being there. I just don't like the shape of that building. So he's going to move. Time to move the well and start building the second market. We do have excess food in Bara Town, so a second market will get rid of any food shortage complaints. For now though, I think that's enough. Just sit on that for a while and let that build out, those few pieces build out, and then have a look back in the town, see what if I've missed anything, and if anything needs any immediate attention. When I've finished building in the town, I'll move over to the fort, so this is going to come in nice and handy, some additional pieces. Now that the granary is built, I can start moving produce over and assigning the villagers to this can be a bit tricky sometimes. I wish it was a little bit easier. And then delete the old one. Hopefully a house can be built there. Maybe? I'm thinking house. What do you think? I think a house should go there. Maybe a weaver? Weaver something else? No, I think a house. The candle maker shop is another really nice building. So I'm putting the candle maker at the end of the square, and I personally think that it looks absolutely great there. Yep, I think I'm happy with that overall design. I just want to make sure that this grass doesn't get disturbed while it regenerates. Villagers have a nasty habit of making new paths where you don't want them to be. So now that I've ended up moving the blacksmith, in its place I can put a second weaver down, and that will fit more neatly into the shape of the square. This first part of the town is next to the manor and should be more formal, so it's an actual square shape compared to the industrial area, which is not square. Let's just build the weaver straight away, shall we? And then come over and then just hit go on the new manor parts as well. That'll take a while to build, but it'll be worth it. Hey, that town square looks really nice now. It's all looking like an actual square. Let's see if I can get a nice looking quadros wall in there. Nice. Put some benches down, somewhere to sit. Oh look, they're instantly sitting down. I am really starting to enjoy how this is coming along now. It's kind of wider at one end than it is at the other. It gives this kind of narrowing feeling. It's really nice. Let's see where I can actually put this third market stall. I think I'll make a small little square for the market stall all by itself. So just up there like that, and then I think close it in actually. Yeah, I'll close that in. And you know what, while I'm here, I will embellish on the tavern, put some props down, make it look lived in. I like some of the nicest parts. I like these the banners and things that you can hang off the tavern. I think it looks so, it makes it, just brings it to life. It looks so nice. Some more of those, please. In future episodes I will actually add mods and start decorating in more detail. Anyway, the market's built, so I'm just going to put some basic things in there. Some bread, and some meat, and some, what are they called? It's a stick with fire coming out of it. Candle, that's the word I'm looking for. Yay! Oh, this is good news. I get to upgrade my trade route. Lovely. 75 extra, or 75 I can now sell in one go. That's big money. Here's the building of the candle shop now. Need a couple of commoners in there. And there you go, it looks great. Yep, come on up, there we go. Really pleased with how that's turned out. And I like the wall for the houses. It makes it feel like it's this nice connecting street. I think that's really come along. I'd love to know what your thoughts were. If you think I missed something or something should be added, go ahead and drop a comment. Now let's just start the process of finishing off with a little bit of detailing. I'm not going to go crazy here or anything, not just yet. Like I said, I'm going to dedicate detailing after I feel like the town is actually taken full shape. Still a lot of pieces in here, like for example, I need a bell tower in the middle of this square. There you have it. That skyline's certainly starting to come along. Yes, you're quite right. I did promise to talk about this villager. Wait, he's got a letter in his hand. I wonder what he's been writing. Dear Mar, well, I'm in it now. Got the uniform and the boots to prove it. Though the boots nearly didn't happen at all. I walked into the barracks and the lad in charge of gear took one look at my feet and just laughed. You know the first boots he gave me? Pixie boots. He was just laughing at me. Then he got me another pair, and another. By the time we were on the 5th pair, he said he were calling the cobbler down or calling the circus. Even the captain had a look, though he didn't say much. Eventually, they dug out a pair from the back. They were the oldest boots I've ever seen, with heels made of wood. So I'm clumping about like a cart horse. Anyway, they'll do for now, I suppose. They also gave me a scratchy old uniform, Ma, and it smells like it's been hanging in the barn all winter. I know you said I needed toughening up. Is this what you meant? Today, we had to stand in line for inspection. Not as easy as it sounds, let me tell you. My boots are rubbing me and my uniform is itching. Captain Coleman walked up and down the line inspecting each one of us. He asked if I was being bitten by flies. I swear he looked at my boots longer than the rest of me. He's a tall man, wears a ragged old cloak with more holes in it than Pa's old fishing nets. I tried not to fidget, Ma, but it's hard standing around not doing anything for ages and ages. Dear Mar, it were training today. They lined us up in front of straw dummies and told us to practice with our spears. Should have been simple enough, but it turns out I got my own enemy, my own hair. Every time I went to jab at the dummy, my hair flopped down in front of my eyes. Couldn't see a thing. My hair was flopping about and the scarecrow was dodging me. The other lads were hitting theirs just fine, but by the end of it, I was knackered, and I think the scarecrow was laughing at me. Dear Mar, they had us marching all day today. Left, right, left, right, left, right. At least that's what it's supposed to be. I just felt like a fish trying to walk on land. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't keep step. I go left, they go right, they go right, I go left. The lads were pissing themselves laughing at me. The captain weren't too pleased about it. He said that if they had that much energy for laughing, they could spend it all on cleaning the barracks. It's all my fault, Ma. They weren't too mad though. One lad said that if they kept me around long enough, they wouldn't have to march again. Just do all the mopping. Dear Mar, first night on gate watch last night. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was about to nod off, but I heard voices on the road. There were two fellas, rough-looking sorts. I were ready, but the captain showed up as if he'd been waiting all along. He patted me on the shoulder and told me to keep my eyes open, and I didn't blink once while he talked to them. Dear Mar, well, tonight was an event. I were on the gate, not blinking, when two traders came stomping up to me, shouting each other like cats in a sack. One of them was carrying a big heavy sack, and the other were waving his arms around like he was scaring off a flock of birds. I figured it were high time I put all that training to use. I stood my ground, puffed out my chest, held my spear up. I shouted, "Oi!" just as the captain appeared, striding in like a storm he were. He didn't even bat an eye. He went right up to those traders, and before I could blink, he grabbed one by the collar and tossed the other one on the ground like a sack of potatoes. But what happened was, he'd snagged the captain's cloak, ripped the bottom right off. I never heard so much cussing. The traders done bolted, and the captain was as mad as a box of frogs. It could have gone a lot worser if I weren't there, I'm sure. Dear Mar, I hope this letter finds you well. Things have been a little different since I last wrote. For the past few days, we've been digging latrines for a new mining camp a few miles away. A fine way to earn my keep, I reckon. I do enjoy digging holes. Keeps my hands busy. You'll be pleased to know I'm getting on better and better. I've learned to walk in step and impressed everyone with my digging. The captain's got a new fancy cloak. Seems to have cheered him right up. I think I might actually be alright in this militia lark. Give my love to Pa. I'll be sure to write again soon, with more tales of glory. Your son, Willfroy. P.S. I have cut off my curly ginger hair. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. This has been Foundation, and I've been Lord Bara.